Valves are not spigots, no matter how many times you call them that. It's Comics and Shots, a completely improvised semi-comedic musing by Howard Stern's Mick the Nerd, aka YouTube and TikTok's Mick the Maverick, aka Mick the Man, aka he who feasted on what remained. Today's subject, Kablam from Nickelodeon. Setting of the show takes place in a comic book. They had comic books in Nickelodeon magazine based on Kablam stuff. It counts. So, yeah, that's what we're talking about. Probably my favorite one was Action League Now, which was probably like the only surviving like short from that show on Nickelodeon. They ended up editing the clips for that and making it like a whole show, you know? Huh. Really funny. Like, the human flesh is super strong and super naked. I didn't know this when I watched that cartoon as a kid, but that's the name. That was also a comic book character from the National Enquirer, which is like a tabloid magazine. Sort of. Was the National Enquirer really a tabloid magazine or a satirical tabloid magazine? Because like the whole, there's like a lot of lore behind like Batboy and everything. Also, for those of you who love the Batboy comic strips, oh boy, try to find them when you can, if you can, cause they're hard to find. Man. Oh dang! I should have started out with Batboy comic strips. Hey, it's still technically about actual comics. Yeah, Batboy. Went from a Nickelodeon show to Batboy. I'm really confused on Batboy's origin. I think his parents are from the future and they sent him back in time or something. And, like, he has, like, relatives in that timeline, too. And I think at some point Batboy had a vampire girlfriend. It was really sweet. Yeah. I also think at some point Nicki Minaj fell in love with Batboy in the Peter Bag years. Oh, man. I have that book around here. Back to Kablam. Life with Loopy, I love those. But for the most part, they were like stop motion, unless they looked at their hands, then they were real hands. That always wigged me out. Jet Cat. It's about a 10-year-old superhero who used a backpack to turn into a jet-powered cat superhero. Jet Cat. The Offbeats. Said here they're small, and the populars don't like them at all. They're the Offbeats. That was a fun one. Just a bunch of weirdos with a talking dog, and some beatnik that was friends with them, and a bunch of popular kids who call them popular. What other recurring sketches? I can't really think of many. It was a lot of pilots, that show. That was practically like their what-if cartoon as well. Yeah. Angela Anaconda. Yeah, it started there. It started on Kablam. Then it became a traitor and moved to Fox Kids. Curse you, Angela Anaconda, you traitor. Who am I kidding? And I can't blame anyone for wanting to get out of Nickelodeon in the 90s. Their work contracts were horrible. As bad as Disney's Doug was, I get why it exists. Although I also feel bad for Jim Jenkins, you know, it's a definite deal with the devil there. Once he signed to work for Disney, they changed how it was written, they changed how it was recorded. Just awkward. They couldn't get the original voice of Doug, and they had to say, like, oh yeah, your voice just changed due to puberty. Sure. And every story was a half hour. Every one. The original show, it was like 2 11-minute shorts fused together. Now, always 22 minutes. That's how Doug said sex on that show, and it was the most horrifying thing you could ever imagine. Ugh. Back to Kablam, Henry and June, they were fun. Were they dating? I don't know. Possibly. If that show's not on Paramount Plus, I'm just gonna go to the Black Mountain and explode it. Oh boy, yeah. So we talked about Nickelodeon cartoon, tabloid magazine, comic strips based on that tabloid magazine, and a Nickelodeon cartoon that turned into a Fox Kids cartoon, and another Nickelodeon cartoon that turned into a Disney cartoon. That was a journey we all went on together, and I hope we can go on others in the future. With that, like, comment, and subscribe. Donate if you're feeling nice. Share it with a bear. And always remember, praise be to the blood elk and fear the stabopotamus. And death to Kronos. The CO2 canisters require a separate tool, which the bike shops will assume that you already have after you bought the CO2 canister, you silly, silly idiot. Talking about me.